Hello everyone, I hope everyone's doing well. This is Solvay World, and today I want to talk about loneliness, and also not just the loneliness pandemic, but also discuss connections and things from like main character syndrome and reliance on AI bots and Chatgpt. And I'd like to know what people's thoughts and opinions are on the matter, because I do feel as if in today's society we're becoming more heavily reliant on chat, GPT and things like AI bots, and it's going to get to the stage now where we can't distinguish the difference between talking to a real person and talking to an AI bot. And don't get me wrong, I absolutely love technology as much as everyone else that's been exposed to technology, because it has had its use and advantages. It's good for infrastructure, it's good for medical science, it's helped people medically, it's helped people with research, it's helped people with general learning, it's helped people with networking, and people can interact and connect with people internationally as well as nationally, and it's helped in a lot of cases really, and we can commute from A to B with technology and all that good stuff. And it's also helped us all with our projects and hobbies and interests, from like designs, music, art, filming, all kinds of things. So it's been really good. And also you can capture like a time, you can have like home footage and film things or take a picture and capture memory, and you can look back on it, and that's something that's worth treasuring, and it's not something that we've always had throughout history. But the one thing that I do find concerning, and this is coming from me, I'm quite an introverted person, but I am very concerned with the way things are going now, to the extent where people are actually forming emotional attachments and relationships to actual chatbots and AI bots, and they're not forming real human connections and connections with other people generally, and that is very concerning. And I think it's something that needs to be addressed, and also not just with that as well, but also the other thing when it comes to like AI, people are using AI as another form of spiritual worship and religion. People are actually worshipping now technology and AI like it's some sort of new god, and it's a false prophet, and it's not something that should be idolised, and it's another thing that's really majorly concerning. And I'd just like to know what people think about that, because I think we're going through times where we've progressed in so many aspects and areas, but there's also other things that we're definitely regressing from. And also the end of humanity really, what with designer babies now, and people, instead of forming actual relationships and connections with other people, people are resorting to marrying inanimate objects and forming relationships and connections with robots, and that is really scary. And people are thinking, well, if AI is going to take over and technology, and also people can have like perfectly designed babies with like no DNA deletions or like disabilities or genetic flaws and imperfections and things that could be hereditary. People are going to design like these babies and future humans that are just going to be programmed to think and feel a certain way, and yes, they may not be genetically like vulnerable, they'd be superior, but also they're going to be more programmable, and as a result they're going to be able to just conform really, and that is quite worrying really. I think we're beginning to lose touch of reality, and with the future of transhumanism, it's quite scary when you think about it. I do worry about these things, and I know it's biased, but I do feel as if I'm quite lucky to live in a time period that I do, because a lot of things have been, brilliant in some ways. And I'm glad that I was born in the year 1990, where things were gradually, developing and getting better, especially with like technology. Throughout the first 20 years of my life, technology it just changed dramatically. And then we had the whole social networking, and technology and the internet was just evolving, and things were good in some aspects, but now things are dying out in other ways and changing, and not necessarily for the better. And I just want to discuss that, and I'd like to know what people's thoughts and opinions are on the matter, really. I do feel like now people are looking for the instant gratification, people are looking for views, people are looking to become famous, people have this main character syndrome where, they have to seek attention everywhere, they have to film themselves, do every single thing, and be like the main character, not just in their lives, we're all the main character of our own lives, and we all have our unique stories and life experiences, but people just feel the need to grab attention wherever they go, and in some ways, people are so reliant on making a TikTok or making a video and showing off in that aspect, but they are disconnected and disassociated from what's going on around them. Like they're just like in this vortex of like being focused primarily on technology, and that's quite scary, really. And I think it's something that needs to be addressed, and we need to draw a line. And the fact that men and women these days are so against each other and so, going their own way when it comes to men, and women are all about feminism, and people don't want to form connections anymore. It's scary, really. And then people just resorting to having relationships online in the virtual world or with AI bots. I think that's quite sad, and it may bring people some comfort, but it's ultimately doing more harm than good. And we're going to become more distorted, and we can't separate fiction from reality. So I'd like to know what people's thoughts and opinions are. Thank you for taking the time, for watching, for listening, and for commenting. Take care.